What if I told you that there is a system inside of your brain right now that works so well that it's better than most drugs? Well, lucky for you that everybody has one, and it lets you live life so effortlessly in the flow state, and it just makes your life a hell of a lot easier. In this video, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know about the circadian rhythm, what it is, where it comes from, how it works, and how to properly use it in your day-to-day life. First things first, we need to understand where this is all coming from. So inside of our brain, in this thing called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, it's almost in the center of the brain, not quite, it's a little bit forward. This little system here is what governs the circadian rhythm, and it works in direct correlation with the pineal gland, the almighty thing that everybody doesn't really know about, but I think people like it because it produces melatonin and allows you to sleep. That's why people know the circadian rhythm for its sleep properties. But it goes far beyond that, because the circadian rhythm is about 24.25 hours long. So let's just toss it up to 24 hours, which is why, light and dark is roughly 24 hours and our clocks are 24 hours. The circadian rhythm works great with that. And almost every plant and every creature on Earth has one. Humans are really big creatures of habit because we are super conscious. So this is in part why the circadian rhythm was even developed by Mother Nature. So being that we live on habits, that means that the circadian rhythm is programmed on our habits, and habits should be performed at roughly the same time every day. You usually have about a 30-minute buffer to perform a habit. So let's say you want to eat, you'll have a chemical release for ghrelin, which makes you hungry if you eat at the same time every day. If you work out at roughly the same time every day, you will have a boost of energy to work out. That is awesome. People don't know that this is exactly how it works. Sidebar, this is also how sleep works. You sleep at the same time every day and it releases melatonin. So, how do you actually reinforce these? So it goes farther back than just performing the habit, but you actually should probably involve a little bit more to actually make sure that your circadian rhythm understands. So there's 8 main things that you can do to ensure that your circadian rhythm understands what the hell is going on. The first one is going to be light. People know this for when you wake up and when you fall asleep. Use lighting. Well, this works with all other habits as well. So if you want to perform a specific habit, you can dim the lights, change the light color or whatever, and it will signal to your brain, hey, we're doing this and we do this every day. So let's release the chemical that we need. The second thing is sleep. Sleep is super important to actually making sure that you consolidate your habits. You kind of tell your circadian rhythm, hey, we've been doing this every day, as well as making sure that you stay on the same clock. Think about sleep as like a pedestal to allow that to run, and every night it needs to run back to that pedestal. Third thing is going to be temperature. So when you have temperature change in a specific room, you can correlate that with a specific activity or habit that you do. So me specifically, when it comes to sleep, I drop the temperature, or when I go to work, I increase the temperature. I want to make sure that my body knows that I'm about to do a specific habit. So anytime that you are doing a habit, change the temperature if you really want to consolidate that habit. The fourth thing, this is a super powerful one, and I personally like it. So you can use smells to correlate a specific habit to your circadian rhythm. So when I work at my desk as well, I use aromatherapy. When I sleep, I use aromatherapy. When I have lunch, I use aromatherapy. It is fabulous. I use a candle in the living room, I use a sleep spray in my room, and I use a oil diffuser in my office. It is fabulous. Smell is a super potent way to correlate a habit to your circadian rhythm to get those chemicals that you need for a specific habit. Fifth thing, this is caffeine. So this one can be a little bit sketchy if not used correctly. So when you use caffeine, you definitely don't want to have it too late in the day because it'll disturb your sleep, which then disturbs the pedestal of the circadian rhythm. So you can use caffeine to trigger a specific habit. So drink the caffeine, and then you can do a habit, and then once you start metabolizing it, if you drink it at the same time every day, when you start metabolizing at specific stages, your body will start to know, hey, I'm going to do this because it understands that it's got to a specific phase of metabolizing caffeine. Sixth thing is going to be noise. This one is less potent, but it can work still. So I pretty much make silence when I go to bed. I have a little bit of noise when I work, and then when I go to have lunch, I typically just have loose hearing ears, I guess you can say. So sound is not as beneficial, but it can work correctly if used correctly. Your mind is your imagination when it comes to using these 8 form habits to actually pretty much pin them into your circadian rhythm. So, as I said, sleep is the most powerful thing when it comes to your circadian rhythm and making sure that it has a pedestal to run back. And that's why you need to make sure that your sleep is super good. So if you want to see how your sleep is, I have linked my free software in the description. What you can do is download that, and it has a data sheet with it, and it will give you insights on how well your sleep is. And you can also try new morning and night routine habits to see if that impacts your sleep, because you need to have a good sleep to actually consolidate the information and make sure that your circadian rhythm has somewhere to run back to. And all of this is consolidated in REM sleep. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, click the video on screen. That is a video recapping the stages of sleep and what REM sleep is.